Hi class, my name is Thayne Williams and this is my video presentation for TESY-3020. So for my project, I decided to do a laser cutting business from scratch. My mentor was Jonathan Powell. He works at Samsung as an electrical engineer. He has a little bit of background in laser cutters and really helped me out on knowing what to buy, what to do, and how to set it up. There's a lot of information I didn't know. I didn't really know much of anything before I did this project. And so he really helped me out a lot on doing it. He's one of my greatest resources I had. So, as a background to the problem I solved with this project is I had a lot of family members or friends or people I knew that wanted access to a laser cutter. They didn't know how to use them or they didn't have access, and so I decided that with this project I would fill that role. It's something I've always wanted to do. So, working with my mentor, I decided to purchase the Omtech K40 laser cutter. You can see it here. I decided to do it in my garage so I could show you the resources I used and really talk you through each piece. So I also learned the Lightburn software, which is kind of like Adobe Illustrator and the software that runs the laser cutter mixed together. So it's really useful in doing projects like this when people want me to create their art or when I'm trying to create my own art. So some of the resources I used was obviously the laser cutter was the biggest resource. My mentor, Jonathan Powell, again. The insulation that we had to make this enclosure. Additionally, we use these three materials the most. So this is the acrylic, this is rubber for rubber stamps, and wood. And so with these three, we can make a lot of different things such as keychains, mementos, artworks, snowflakes, as I'll talk about more, some Christmas ornaments, a lot of different things we have access to create with just those three materials. So, some of the tasks we completed. During this project, my wife's great-grandfather passed away, and so we made keychains that on one side says, "Stay happy," that's something he liked to say a lot, and on the other side had a barcode or a QR code that people could scan, and this QR code would take them to a file with his voice on it, talking some of the things that he really liked to say before he passed away. Additionally, we had people reach out to us asking us to make custom cub sets. And if you don't know what cub is, it's also known as Viking chess. It's a really popular lawn game that people play. And so we used, because it's called Viking chess, we used Nordic runes font and engraved it onto the cub set. And people really, really enjoy that. It's very popular. Another thing that we were able to accomplish was we set up our Etsy shop. So part of my project was going online and selling objects online. And so we sell snowflake kits, wood and acrylic. Some people's Christmas trees are very industrial, some are more woodsy, and so we decided to give people the two different options between acrylic and wood. And so I'll give you a little closer look on what kind of these snowflakes might look like, cut out of these laser cutter. And in each set, they're all different. And the laser cutter is really amazing, the opportunity we have to cut out different things upon the whole page. And so these Christmas ornaments are actually very popular. We've sold about 50 sets in the last month. And so far more popular than I thought they would be. The next thing we were able to accomplish is kind of a challenge we ran into, really. So like I said before, this laser cutter is water cooled, and so we needed insulation. So we have water running through, and you can see in this image what the back of this looks like. There's a laser tube in there, and that has water running through it, and it's glass, and so it's not very strong. So if this laser tube were to freeze, it would crack and break, and we'd have to buy a new laser tube, and they're not very cheap. And so what we did is we got insulation off of Home Depot, and we insulated it, and that really put us behind on the project, on the time frame, but it's something we had to do so that we didn't completely break it and have to start over it altogether. So in conclusion, there was a lot of things I learned. So like I said, I didn't really know anything about laser cutters before this project. There's a lot to learn about laser cutters, and luckily my mentor was able to help me a lot with that. Additionally, I learned a lot of human skills, professionalism, working with people online on Etsy. People have questions, people need things, and it's really good to be professional and put on a good face. Additionally, communication with my mentor and getting input from him. He lives a busy life, he has a wife, he has kids, he's got a job, and so being professional and being communicative with him when he has time. Additionally, I learned creativity, There was a lot of designing, a lot of figuring things out on how to fix the problems we ran into or trying to make different products. Communication, being able to communicate with people correctly. Time management. Time management was a big one because, especially with these keychains like I talked about for my wife's great-grandfather's funeral, we didn't have much time to make these, and so we took a lot of time management and spending a lot of time cutting these out and building these. It took many, many, many hours to cut these out, put them together, and get them ready for the funeral. Another thing with time management that I learned is being able to manage and do project management in general. This whole thing was a lot of work. There was a lot of time that went into it, and so the time management and project management was very important, that I was working on what I needed to work on in the moment to make sure everything got done. That is about my project. Thanks so much. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.